Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to another episode of the Seshat Hekamaat podcast featuring the voice of Tanya 23. Boom. Welcome. I hope you're ready to have an experience. Don't rush it because it's going to be a banger. Also, good things come to those I have found in my experience who are patient, and oh, yes, for sure, patience is a virtue. Just look at our lovely goddess Ma'at here. Patient, 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 and oh, so virtuous. And so, 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 so very patient. But at the precise time, and not before. She shall overcome. Now, let us get our music down and get started because we have a good deal to cover. Again, I want to say Uncle Joss and Eb, welcome to you all. Peace, love, and light. Life, prosperity, and good health. Uncle Joss and Eb. We have before we get started, our opening chant to Ma'at, the great mother, Ma'at, feather of light. Please guide my tongue to speak what's right. Truth in my heart, balance in my stride, divine order. Oh, be my guide. Dua, dua, and akadua. Affirmation of the day. I am the living temple of Ma'at. We learn this more and more every day, I might add. I walk in truth. I speak in harmony. I give and receive in divine order. Hotep. Give ourselves a moment to get our media ready. Peace, peace, peace. And as you can see, we have our title for tonight. Get ready because it's a banger. We got that raw power, solar energy. Beware, because sometimes things get hot and out there when you're talking about this situation. Raw power, solar energy, and Ma'at. This is a very timely conversation, or should I say declaration. What do they have in common? What does raw power, solar energy, and Ma'at, what do they have in common? To those that may just be coming through for the very first time and you may not know who Ra is. In this instance, Ra, and that thumbnail would be the sun. Okay? The great power of Ra. And that would be your solar energy. And Ma'at would be this lovely goddess here that you see depicted with the one feather in her head that represents peace, love, harmony, reciprocity, truth, justice, balance, and all 7 of the cosmic laws. Ashe, Ashe, Hotep, Now, brain, don't let me forget to address that at the end to our brothers and sisters, because there's an order we have to go in. Now, let us pay a bill or two and push our products with an S. Let's just push our website, www.tanya23.com. You want to get on over there and check out all she has to offer. Let's just get on over there right now. Do a little tour, pay some little bills. Everything's gonna be all right. Okay. We're gonna share the screen. Do this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And here we are. This is Tanya23.com. This happens to be my unique blog page. This is our AI chat. You can ask it any questions you'd like, and it will motivate and gravitate you through the cosmic experience of the Tanya23 blog page and every other page that is available on Tanya23.com. First of all, let's go to this very important page right here. Your goddess Tanya23 is a lot of things. She's come to this earth to be all that she can be, and by golly, that's what she's doing. She's about 10 things down here on this planet, and more, of course, but I'm talking about professionally. And so, one of the things that we are is Tanya23 the Notary, where we seal truth, certify trust with the signature of Tanya23. A direct link to the goddess Seshat, who has created this podcast. We have been a notary and a documenter, as is the great goddess Seshat. What an uncanny coincidence that we have so much in common. The lost tribe of Shabazz, and who is the children of the Kemites. I definitely am very close to Seshat because I am a recorder. You can best believe it's being recorded. Document notarizations for the state of Maryland certification course. Yes, I've created a certification course for new, renewing, and remote notaries. You must certify in Maryland. I've had the opportunity from the Secretary of State to create the course that one would take to certify to become a notary in Maryland state. It's no small thing, my dear. Your signature will travel and circulate around and be on places and recorded in documents that history could never erase. I've already done that for 23. This will be the 24th year. I just recertified, so I believe April 13th, 2025 made a holy 24 years for the goddess. I am an expert in documents, my dear. I create them. I own patents and I did my own paperwork. I have trademarks, family. I'm just building the empire and the residuals are on their way. Don't get it messed up. You lay down the groundwork. You lay down your foundation. Sometimes this takes years and no one even sees you. But just at the right time, when Ma'at shows up and Seshat picks up her pen, boom! There you go. So never underestimate the goddess, because she is most certainly fulfilling her destiny. And they are many. So if you contact me and you want to become a notary in the state of Maryland, the course fee is $75. After the payment is made, you receive the course. When you're ready for the exam, you receive an email. As simple as that. You must pass the course with an 80% or higher to receive your certification. Say you didn't pass the first time. You get one chance to retake the course for free. Then after that, it's a $35 retake the exam fee. Invest in your future. Become a certified Maryland notary today. Email Tanya23thenotary@gmail.com. Aside from that, we also do professional document signings. And you know what? I welcome students because I will also show you how to build your own business. I have classes and lectures that we will do online together, either one-on-one or in a group setting, that I will show you how you can build an empire if you put in the work. Now, I've done this 10 times over. Certified notary signing agent, which is strictly for mortgage loan signings. Yes, I work with title companies. Listen, I've burnt out so many printers and hard drives and all. I am the master of hardware. It does not master me. When I'm done with it, it has completely finished its destiny. And I've actually been in the administrative category for 35 plus years. I am an expert in any office workings. And I also have a degree in accounting. Why am I saying all this? Because I can. Because it's the truth. And we're living in Ma'at today. As much as possible. Because there ain't no stopping us now. And so, that would be our notary page. Let me just show you my page. That is my social media platform. Yes, your girl has created a social media platform. And as you can see, Tanya 23 has 23 members. Goddess timing. We're doing nothing that's not on the timing of the goddess. All things are in the timing. Over here, I'm just talking about what's happening over here. And it shows. So, our social media platform is called Chatterbox. That's right. You guys need to be over here and get to chatting already. Let's chop it up. You can do your post. It's just like Facebook. You create your post. You add your title. You share your words. You might want to add an image. You might want to add an emoji. You might want to add a video. You might want to add a soundtrack. You want to embed or upload something from SoundCloud or whatnot. We're talking about the capabilities that your girl got going over here all by herself. I don't even have to go on Facebook. I don't got to go on YouTube. I'm using these platforms to connect with you all because the goddess is already set up. Low key. But today, we're celebrating and smelling our flowers just a bit. It's written. This is supposed to happen. You can add a gift. Would you like to add a gift? Oh, where do you see things like this? On Facebook? Instagram? Yeah, well, your girl Tanya 23 owns her own by herself. Give it up for the ladies. Let's hear it for the girls. You could add a file. You could add a gallery. You could create a poll. More actions? Let's see. Does that say you could add code? An Instagram post. Oh, you mean you got the coding and capability to tap into Instagram from your own social media site? Oh, you think Isaac K's son is onto something? I'm working on my app as we speak. That's coming. That's inevitable. We must have the app, but the foundation and the membership must start. Won't you come and be a rising star? You could still tap in and add a TikTok video. I'm getting the capabilities, baby. You can go on X. I can embed a product from my store, my dear. Let's get it. This is my design, my hoodie, my brand, Mood Vibes. That's right. My little design, Mood Vibes, unisex hoodies. Mood Vibes by Tanya 23. Yeah. Over here grinding in the dark. Don't ever get it twisted. A true scarbarian to the heart. And it's okay. It's okay. We're going to keep on building till we can't no more. What they said, casket dip, but I'm not going in no casket. The goddess ascends and ascends only. Okay? So that's that. All you have to do is subscribe by using your email address. You could share the group on Facebook. Let the people know, which I have been doing. 23 beautiful members have stepped forward. We just have to get them to participate now. And as we type, join our very own social media platform built and created. This might be the hater part. This might be why one wouldn't join, because we dealing with the little crab mentality, but we're finna break through the algorithm and let people on the globe know that you're welcome in my house. Let's go. Built and created by the one and only, okay? Tanya 23, because there ain't no other one, okay? And the experience, now you see everybody putting on their YouTube page, the so-and-so experience, the so-and-so experience. I beg to differ. I've had mine for some years now, and I owned the .com. Let's see. That's right, for the Tanya 23 experience. Let's see. Is real. All right. Chatterbox. I can only be me. When you joined up for Facebook, you didn't give them no problems. Talking about you don't want to join and whatnot. They didn't give you that. You didn't have that problem. What's going on here? I said share it. You gotta work this technology. You can't let it work you. We're gonna get to the topic very soon, but this is important. And like I said, we move in divine timing around here. Not on nobody else's time. This is God's time. And this is what she said do. She said, go on and share your shit, baby, because they're not going to share it for you. You got to do your damn work, your damn self. And you ain't got to worry about nobody. And you got the goddess's permission because you ain't hurting nobody. As long as you uplifting yourself and you ain't hurting nobody, you got full permission to move full steam ahead. And that is what's happening. And what did they say? What did Brother Malcolm say? By any means necessary. You definitely don't want to get in the goddess's way or be found in blame or shame at all. That's what you don't want to do. You know? Come on now. Let's get her done because I want to get off of Facebook. All right. I just want to type join our very own social media site. Give FB a break. I gotta be sarcastic. I'm friggin' ass sarcastic. I'm really tired of my people being ignorant and always flocking over to their shit, yo. Seriously. You always got your mouth clicking, you what you say? Your chatterbox clicking, talking about we don't own nothing. But what did you do to change that? Whatever. I'm proposing here a very beautiful social media site. I make sure I post. I'm still trying to get on people's backs to participate, but yet they're on Facebook every single day. And yet, the goddess must look at everyone as her children as usual, waiting for them to step their game up and rise to the occasion. Make no mistake about it. Some of us are already there at the mountaintop waiting for y'all. Like, come on now. About to be left. This is our healing services. But in love, you know, sometimes I just be airing out how I feel. And in that is keeping it real. That's just keeping it real. Some of us out here got all the gifts, but y'all got some cloudy vision or something. Those that are clear can see it. And those are the ones that follow through. I'm grateful and much appreciated whenever someone purchases, we'll get to that, but whenever someone purchases my healing body butter, that's right, I'm not gonna be censored on here talking about I am whatever. I just said my body butters heal. What does it heal? Mind, body, and soul. Period. You can't be afraid of everything somebody say is a threat. I say me is a healer. Any doctor have a problem with that? You come see me face to face. Me say me gonna heal my people. All they have to do is come. Whatever I don't know, Goddess knows. For it is all written. It is all written. It is all written. Healing services available at Tanya23.com. Of course, our Reiki healing sessions. We have in-person sessions, and we also have the ability to do our Reiki sessions at a distance. To inquire or to book something, you just click on here, begin your journey. We have hour sessions, half-hour sessions. We also have the half-hour video sessions. You see that there? It's a little cheaper, the half-hour sessions, of course. We have sessions of coping with anger and stress. I'll tell you a tip on this. Having a good ear is everything. Click on here. I gotta remove this picture. You see that? And you can't correct it either because this is a generated picture. Why do they be spelling stuff wrong? This is purpose here. This is on purpose. Blasted bumberclads, because without that, this was a great picture. I probably will just Photoshop this arrow out of there because this is the goddess. We are rebel. If it is not the way we want it, we change it. We not ask no question, no permission, and all that. We just do. And a lot of times, that is the answer. Or is it you allow someone else to stress you out? You better stress yourself. That brings change. When you let someone else stress you, that's where the trauma begins. Big jewel I just dropped. Big tune me just dropped. Again, when you make your own self anger and stressed out, that brings change. Either good or bad, but either way, it's gonna move because it's energy when you stressing your own self out. But it is still better off than you allow someone else to keep you angry and stressed out. We cast away that today and do your little freebie. Or maybe you'll book a session for real. Maybe throw you a little freebie. Today we cast out all bad mind towards someone else's dreams and goals that you don't understand. You must focus on yourself and focus on yourself only. And once you do that, you will see the needs of others and how to fulfill them properly. Journeys and Doula Grief Ministry. That's right, family. This is one of the other things that your girl is. So let's see. We went through healer, blogger, Reiki master. Here, this should be certified doula, but it's okay. If anyone doubts my certification, I'll just whip out the certificate. But anyway, this is a certified transition doula. So we tend to work with people who know they're transitioning, but haven't gone yet. It's not all, it's pre-care, holding space for those that need it. Be it young, be it old. to be able to be the hand that guides one from realm to realm is one of the most rewarding, and may I say rewarding opportunities of this earthly life. Much appreciated. Everyone who thought it not robbery to involve me in their process. Journeys in Doula is a grief ministry. I also have personalized guided meditations. I can either do them online or get you a recording. Either way, the recording is yours for you to have. Oracle sessions. Book your oracle sessions, family. It's not nothing spooky. Oracle readings are to just give you clarity, insight, and sometimes information that you had no idea was coming your way. And let's face it, the oracle is a divine thing. We wouldn't have it at our fingertips as chosen ones if it wasn't a tool we needed to use. Simple and plain. If you're using them or you trust in their process, wonderful. Then let it help you improve your life, because let's just face it, this whole journey is definitely about self-development moving forward. Life coaching sessions doesn't just have to be anger. It could be anything that you would like to discuss. You definitely book some free time with the goddess. That is my offering. It's what I do. So, oracle sessions fall under spiritual consultations. And if it helps anybody else, that title is official because I am an ordained minister forever. I am a minister of wellness. That's my ministry. Not of any one religion. But I do focus and study through the ancient Kemetic systems. And pretty much don't see, I study other systems, but this is what I am identifying with on a DNA and cellular level. If anyone can understand that metaphysically. And if you can't, that would be your problem to work out. But that is what I just said for myself. All right? We went to the blog page. Here is Tanya 23 TV. And here is where I store my recordings. I have a hard drive for the newest ones I have to upload. What I have to do is connect this to upload whenever I'm live. Like for now, it should automatically upload when I'm done. These are some of my these are private. These are ones that I said, no, I'm not doing that because this displays my gifts and it helps other people how to make rosemary water. And you got to subscribe, darn right, because you be stealing my recipes and next thing you know, you doing it. Stop playing with me. Tanya 23 experience strawberry organic body scrubs. I do all the scrubs, but I also teach people how to make things. But that's right, I must have reciprocity. I am not here to give away my jewels for and give them my pearls to swine. You can most certainly forget about that one. Even if I sit on them, no way. The goddess, no. Whom I answer to, Serket would never have that. That is not how she rolls. So yeah, she's actually taught me my wealth and my worth. I used to sell my beautiful products that had my literal energy, positive, turned up energy, infused all in it for $5 and $10. No damn way. And I remember one time, Goddess shut me all the way down. This is a testimony. She shut me all the way down. I couldn't sell nothing. And one day I was sitting here and it came to me plain as day. Double your price and everything's going to go through the roof. Well, everything that was $10, I made it $20. Everything that was $5, I made it $10. Do you know I sold everything out? And so from then on, I learned to think up and not down. I'm talking about teachings coming directly from Goddess Source. For me, it's Goddess Source. I have my gods. My spiritual team is quite large. But at the end of this day, and all the other days to come, and beyond, I am being taught this last, what they call the last giddy up. Because when you get like 55, that would be your last, the third trimester or whatever of life. You got your young, middle age, old age, and then et cetera, et cetera. We're out of here after that. And so during this stage, women my age, you're in the land of menopause. It just is what it is. Any woman that's pretty much in her 50s, some get it in their 40s. And lately I'm hearing it's earlier than that. Some people are experiencing it, some women. But I was normal. After 50, the change of life came upon me and I was ready. At that time, I had lost my mom. I didn't lose her. She transitioned into the next dimension. And I had to hurry up and speedily be prepared for that. And so 6 months before my mom transitioned, I was guided by Serket the Goddess to become a certified death doula. And I had an opportunity to take a wonderful certification course, accredited at that. And I said, as soon as that thought intruded my mind, because that's how the ancestors do, it's no words exchanged sometimes. But when she told me to go ahead and take this certified transition doula course, I knew then and there I was getting ready to lose one of my parents. Oh, I knew deep down inside. I knew it. And it kind of still was a shock because none of us ever expected mama to go before daddy. So life, when I say Tanya 23 experience, that is just, listen, it is what it is. The experience is bananas. You can best believe that one. From the rooter to the tutor, from the streets to the mansion. I've lived in a mansion. I've never lived in the streets, but I have been displaced out of my own home. And then I've lived in beautifulness. So I know the ups and downs and all that's in between. And now I am here to speak my speech, plain and simple. And so on this page, that's what happens. This is me at the park playing my singing bowl. And right now, all you have to do is be a member of the website to take a look and partake in these videos. But you want to do that very soon. You want to go ahead and get signed up very soon, because there's going to be a small donation required to see my videos. Like, I'm not going to, I know my worth, so I'm not going to shortchange myself. I have a lot to offer people. And most of my life, people have been milking my gifts for free. You're goddamn right. I'm going to talk about it. Most of you fuckers out there, when soon as you seen me coming, oh yeah, that's a real one. That's the one right there. Because I certainly am multifaceted, and I could do mostly anything. Especially when it comes to educational stuff. And so, yeah, once you've been used for your gifts, and then Goddess comes in your life and restores everything, that never happens again. So anyway, this is where you can come and see wonderful videos. I have videos of friends that have been friends forever, and they were here, and after we did our podcast and whatnot, you know, that was the last time we saw each other. And so on this page are beautiful, beautiful memories, great talks, some serious talks. I got some fun stuff on here too, for us, the ladies and girl talk and whatnot. And it's going to be a lot more girl talk going on, because I got to get my females together. For real. I got some real talk for y'all females. Because men, they something else, honey. And we create them. I had two myself. I'll be damned. I create gods on this planet. And no one's going to say anything else about it. Well, you could say it, but it's not going to mean a damn thing. You heard? Yeah. We create gods on this planet, plain and simple. And as women, we need to understand what we've created and be able to teach it and help it and nurture it the right way. Stop just thinking about yourself. That's a whole nother podcast, but it will be addressed soon. Because my sisters, you got to get yourself together. Mind, body, and soul. We got to start from the beginning. We got to rebuild up. You see, I got my little Google Ads things working. Yeah, I got my little income. I got my little... What? I'm not even done. I'm trying to have commercials and... Oh, I'm getting ready to tag my site up. Because we're going to get the traffic. I just have to do it. I got a lot of coach strings being pulled, but I have my time. I don't let nobody get in the time, because this is what I love to do. Build things. Create. So this is my organic product page. Literally been doing this since about 2013. Yeah. Getting my skills together and just making and creating before I really started to, you know, put my stuff out there and see if anyone liked it. And lo and behold, you know, oftentimes I cry, even though to some it may seem so simple. But to have someone on a site like Etsy or eBay go through so many other products, so many others, and they decide to pick something you make. Yo, this product right here, oh, they be sleeping on this one. They mad because it's supposed to be in stores. Like, yeah. But this works. It literally is what it is. Balance all 7 of your chakras. This is the spray. It's a body spray. But you could put it in your little purse. And when you get to your little job and those little nagging assholes start wrecking your damn nerve, squirt a little bit on your wrist, rub it together, and say, I shall not be moved, and move on. This is our 7 chakra balancing body lotion. Got your little lotion. This is your bath salts. And look how I take the time and I hand layer each color of the chakra wheel. Each color. Right up to the top. Beautiful energy in these products. And I will not be put in a class with no damn body, because the goddess is in a class by herself. Okay. Now, let's move on to the podcast. I'm so glad I did that. I feel light as a feather. I needed to walk y'all through my website again, but I haven't done it any justice. When you get a moment, please come back over to www.tanya23.com and check out and read some of my product descriptions. All my shit is heavy. This is not a joke. This Shungite body wash, all of you should have this. As much radiation as we are being susceptible to, this body wash literally washes off radiation off your skin. It's crystal infused with shungite. You get shungite in the product. It comes to you charged to the max. You need to destabilize those free radicals ASAP. You don't even know what you're doing by turning your back on my products and not giving them a chance. Oh, you who I'm talking to, and you know who you are. I'm not talking about the newcomers that didn't know anything about Shea Butter Me. I'm talking about those of you that knew about it from the beginning. But you chose Dove and all that other shit. In which is compared to mine. And I said that. My products not only are great for your skin and have the top quality, most wonderful organic ingredients, they're made with the energy of the goddess. And you can't replace that. You can't duplicate it. And it will not be shunned at all. This product is one of a kind. And I want to say, on all the platforms, I haven't seen none yet. But it's divinely protected, this particular product is an organic mosquito repellent. And baby, let me tell you, it does what it does. Tanya 23 style. The Alchemist. I don't care what university you went to learn how to make products. I have my certificate. I'm a certified organic product maker. Boom. Up the wazoo. I love certificates and certification and degrees and such on my wall. I have my seminary thing, Doctor of Divinity. That's when you get the highest score on a seminary test and whatnot. They flatter you with that. But I'll take it because I got the answers right. I even had some of the professors thinking, because see, I paid my way through a Catholic college. And so, yeah, a private Catholic college at that. I wouldn't have changed a thing. Had their library? Oh my. Their library literally is where I started to see the light. They had every Bible. Yo, they were one of the only ones that I seen that had the coffin text. Boom! Okay. For those of us that know what that is, it's in the university library. You can only get in there as a student with a paid tuition. Boom! I want to tell you how instrumental the Catholic community was to showing me my Egyptian Kemetic family roots. Incredible. That's another whole podcast story. That's right. I used to work for the Vatican for a completely 7 years. A complete 7-year period. Belated Pope Francis, I worked at the Catholic College in DC when he came. I was as close to him as like from here to, a block away from wherever you are. Not even a block. Like very close. I still have some pictures floating around online that I took at that event right there, with other coworkers and whatnot. It's recorded in history, so anything I say can be proved and validated. So I'm not gonna worry about a damn thing. My life is my life, and it damn sure is the Tanya 23 experience. So much so that I wrote 13 books, and I'm working on my ultimate one as we speak. Let's get to our podcast, darlings. You could go and explore the rest of the website. There is a lot more to offer. Now, where were we? Commercial time. August 9th is the official date of the release of the Circuit Healing Bible, which is the only one on the planet. And it's being channeled and has been channeled directly from source, Circuit. And it's a magnificent work. 444 pages of pure love from the goddess with the scorpion on her head that they tried to dissolve and give her wings. Boom! She told me I could say that. Stay tuned for the commercial. Yes, indeed, family. I don't know about you, but when I see that commercial, it does something to me. It does something to me as far as it depicting something that's very similar to reality. One more time. indeed. Yes, indeed. That will be released August 9th, 2025, which is the Veneration Day of Serket every year on August 8th and 9th. Those are the Veneration Days of the great goddess Serket. Let us get started with the podcast, y'all. Here we go. As always, we start with the opening prayer for the Raw Power, Solar Energy, and Ma'at podcast. What do they have in common? Opening, Medunetter, and after we'll give the English translation. Let me back that up. We will give the opening prayer in Medunetter. Just a moment. I'm going to make an executive decision on this one. We're going to do the opening Medunetter prayer, and there will be no English translation. Okay? Dua Ra, Kepara, Keperu, Dua Ma'at Em Heru, Shed Netru, Keperu, Tef Sen Unk Uja Senev, Sa Ku Ren A M Kemet Unk, Seneb Hetepu M Ren Ma'at, Weben Ra M Heru A, Tawi Hetep, Uaj Ren A M Hekau, Nem Ra, Ka Heru, Impet, Ka Ren A M, Internet, Ma Kuru, Heka A. Yes. Blessings, 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 blessings. So, our opening description. This episode explores the divine intelligence of solar energy, Ra, and its relationship to the cosmic order of Ma'at. We uncover how Ra's rays are encoded with spiritual law, power, and clarity. Again, the rays of the sun are powered and encoded with spiritual law, power, and clarity. And how living in truth with Ma'at aligns us with the solar current of creation. We also discuss how the suppression of divine light via censorship, whether digital or personal, or algorithmic shadow banning. Oh yeah. This reflects modern Isfet, which is chaos. And what spiritual protection we must invoke in our platforms and content. That was some jewels I just dropped there. One of our talking points tonight. Just make sure I got everything going. Yeah, okay. Don't want to get to talking and nothing's recorded. There we go. The sun, which has the ancient name of Ra, as both literal light and metaphysical light. How is that? Because we just explained that the rays of Ra are encoded with spiritual law, power, and clarity. You know? Encoded means light codes. So the sun is both literal and metaphysical. Ma'at, as the cosmic law of Ra, she upholds the cosmic law of Ra daily via Ra's solar energy. Again, Ma'at, as the cosmic law upholder, and we say daughter of Ra, daily, she upholds daily through Ra's solar journey, which is rising and setting. Now, one might say, how does that happen? And my answer to that would be, so we talk about Ra's daily solar journey and Ma'at's cosmic law. Ra, as the solar force of divine order, Ra is the solar force of divine order on this planet as we know it. Ra is not just the sun god. Let's get that clear, because it's a lot of supposedly grown and supposedly conscious and supposedly those that think they got it all together because they don't drink or smoke or do any of those, things to themselves. They still seem to think that they have a remnant of intelligence, but it is lacking. It is lacking because they have not stumbled upon this truth. Ra is the solar force of divine order. If you've been living on this planet for any amount of time and you do not respect this entity for what it is, that eventually is going to be a problem. It's actually considered isfet. It's actually considered as someone contributing to cosmic chaos or living contrary to divine order. Okay? So, we don't want to do that. Live contrary. So, Ra is not just the sun god. I don't know where you got that from. Because it is a very unscholarly statement. Ra is pure solar consciousness. You wouldn't even know your name when you woke up tomorrow if it's not for them, for the sun, for Ra. That's right. You right there. The solar consciousness that travels across the sky by day and through the duat, aka underworld, at night. Consistently, the journey represents the eternal cycle of light, triumphing over chaos over and over and over and over and over, and you continue to not honor this solar deity the way you are supposed to, because you are honoring a dude in his place. A dude that couldn't even perform a miracle. Allegedly. His alleged miracles that they say he performed allegedly. He couldn't even do that without the pure solar consciousness that travels across the sky by day and night, named Ra. Without Ra power energy, your Jesus is a cockroach. Which is why in all of his depictions, he's standing in front of the solar order, the solar force of everything that is divine. And we live year after year on this planet. And some of you, supposedly original people, you are the worst. At least the other races on the planet understand their relationship to the sun. They need to stay out of it or as far away from it as possible. At least there is no discrepancies there. But you, oh original people of the planet, you are the ones with the stinking thinking. And you say, you worship the real God? I laugh at utter ignorance. Because we not gonna keep telling you hard-headed, stiff-necked fools what time it is. Soon it's gonna be time to sit back and let your ass burn. Don't get it twisted. Ye melanated people, you gonna burn too. If you don't put on that armor of God, you better put on that armor of Ra as the solar force of the divine. You better put on that full armor. This cycle that Ra makes is only possible through the maintenance of Ma'at, the divine order, balance, and truth. You better back that thing up and read that again, because we're talking about the goddess Ma'at and her relationship to the sun. It says, this cycle, which is the promising rotating of the sun rising and setting for us every day, unstoppable without wavering, no matter the war that is being waged against Ra in these times, it is a despicable, and they don't fight fair. Ra is probably going through some of the most intense times in his whole life. But this cycle is only possible through the maintenance of Ma'at, the divine order, balance, and truth. Ma'at as the law that sustains the cosmos. Yes, that's what I just said. Ma'at, the goddess, as the law that sustains the cosmos. No sustenance, no consistence without her. So Some of you men out there, you can complain about the woman all you want. Until you treat her as your equal, you're always going to have a problem with her. And at the end of the day, that would be your problem, not hers. Thank you, Sekhmet. She came in on that one. Cause see, one thing about my aunt, she don't roll like you original woman of the planet, like you ebony woman of the planet. She don't roll like how y'all roll. Oh, y'all ain't nothing like her. She don't roll how y'all roll. She's there for her sister. She has her sister's back. She doesn't have to be asked because she's aware and she knows what her sister needs when her sister needs it. And she doesn't hesitate to step in. So some of you women out there, it would do you great life justice to get to know who even Sekhmet is alone. But it would do you great justice to open yourself up to the teachings of ancient Kemet. Don't let these knuckleheads in this conscious community try to steer you away, because that is the foundation. And for those that are sick with parasites and all these other things that's going on in our community, that is the only place that you really would start to heal. Oh my God, somebody help me. Y'all about to make me catch the Holy Ghost up in the mofo building. Where you gonna healing? Oh, come on now. Y'all done made me get up out my office chair. Hold on. Y'all done made me get up out my office chair now. So wait a minute. We got healers out here that's claiming that they healers and they have not graduated from the school of metaphysics through the place of ancient Kemet. Y'all better stop playing with me before this shit ends earlier than it's supposed to. How dare you? We can ready shut that crap down tonight. No more talk about that. Healing starts in the land where it started. And after that, all over the continent. And some say before that, and maybe so. But healing started on the continent. And the science of healing started in ancient Kemet. And before that, it was with our people in the stars. So says the Dogons. The Dogons, or whatever you want to say in your pronunciation. But we getting ready to stop that bullshit in this healing community. Let Ma'at reign, because she will anyway. Y'all know that's not the truth. Y'all know that ain't just, and ain't no harmony in a lie. Yoga did not start in India either. We getting ready to, we are lifting up our people. They're all ours, but we're gonna lift them up again. High as they need to be, because they are your creators. And don't play yourself with the enemy, because you can go down right with them. Let this be a warning. Warning! Alert, alert. Ma'at is the law that sustains the cosmos. Ma'at is more than a goddess. She is the principle of cosmic harmony, the blueprint of divine intelligence. No AI without her. She is it. Artificial to the ones that created electricity, to the ones that created photonic light, to the ones that got the light, who is the light, who gave you the fucking light. Are you kidding me now? Incredible what is going on the planet. There is a lot going on, but there is no such travesty than this. When you start to deny cosmic law, spiritual divine law, and you're a baby here. And even your enemy knows more than you. Gotta put in that work. You gotta want to know. Or some of you, you don't care because no matter what, you this, that, and the other. Incredible. To not respect the foundation. Users, yo. Use it till you use it up, and then you toss it to the side. And you bring it back when you want to. You use the symbols and this and that, the protective symbols, and you just use. You use and use and use until you use it up. But the eye of Ra is upon you. Facts. Pure facts. We're not even gonna play games. See, I tried to get through this segment without being myself. Let's just say fireball, straight like that. I got the fire in the water for you. But I tried, man. I tried. And goddess energy is all good with me. I feel light as a feather, for telling the truth. In season, out of season, who don't like it, who got a fucking problem, who shall I fear with the truth as my sword? Everything in creation must adhere to Ma'at to exist harmoniously. It didn't say maybe, if, perhaps. We're just saying everything in creation must adhere to Ma'at to exist harmoniously. For example, let's give you some examples of what that is. Number one, the stars must adhere to Ma'at to exist. The seasons must adhere to Ma'at to exist. Your speech must adhere to Ma'at to exist. Your justice must adhere to Ma'at to exist. And even Ra himself. Oh my goodness. My. That's about a wrap, y'all. For them that have an ear, better have a big ear on the side of your head. Both of them open today. Because in essence, Ra must travel according to Ma'at to keep the cosmos in alignment. Even Ra himself, the one who establishes the law, he created the one Ma'at to keep the law, and he even subjected himself under the law. I believe that's God. I believe that's God. Go on and play with these other people on this planet with this information that they give you, because that's the level that they're on. But there's higher levels. It don't get no higher than cosmic law. Number 3, Ra upholds Ma'at each day. What have you done every day without ceasing? You want to romp with Ra? You think you can put yourself up to his test? Ra lives by Ma'at. You don't have nothing to worry about. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that he and we're going to put a slash and we're going to put a she there. He, she? It's coming up again. He, she? You're damn right. Because the opposite of Ra is Rayet. The sun has 2 names, Ra and Rayet. That's for the masculine is Ra, feminine is Rayet. It is all things. In season, out of season, in consciousness, out of consciousness. Even if you lose consciousness, Ra is still Ra. So the texts often say, Ra lives by Ma'at. He breathes her, eats her, speaks her. Without Ma'at, Ra's boat would not rise. He would be swallowed up by Apep. Apep is when the white man went into Egypt and did all of his discoveries. He found out about Apep. That's where he created the devil, because that is the negative energy of chaos, Apep. And when they discovered that and they got the glyphs deciphered through this Rosetta Stone, not only that, they found the text and they were deciphered using the Rosetta Stone. But they learned everything they needed to learn about Apep. That's where your notion of something called a devil ever came from. Demons, demonic. It's your serpent energy there, Apep. So again, your people, our people, my people are destroyed by the lack of knowledge. That's in the other book. A lot of things in that book actually came out of ancient Kemet and they twisted it and put it in the book. Your whole book of Psalms belongs in ancient Kemet. Some of the maxims and the maxims of Ptah-hotep and others. So, for anyone that would use that as their source and put their whole life around it forever and not elevate in their studies, is not worthy to be teaching other people nothing. Teachers need to be equipped. Remember that. Number 4. On the 4 energy. On the 444 energy, Ra's enemies. As we moving right into that, we talk about these teachers teaching Isfet in the chaos, continuing to lie and participating in injustice. Makes you an enemy of Ra. It's not a position that anyone should want to be in. Ra is constantly attacked by the serpent Apep during his nightly journey through the Duat. This represents chaotic forces like lies, disorder, oppression, and falsehoods, trying to stop the rising of the sun, the S-U-N, but it's also the S-O-N. And it's not that sun. They're talking about you, fool. You. That's not hard to figure out. If this is a global message, then it would include everyone. Whoever participate in this here, lies, disorder, oppression, falsehoods, trying to stop the rising of the sun. Well, here we are. Fast forward to 2025. They know they can't stop the rising of the sun. If they could, Western man surely would. Yeah? It's called putting authority in the hands of somebody that takes advantage of it. But we're in the age of the sun blocking. And so, in a way, that's man's attempt to stop it. Which also means it's trying to stop a level of truth and clarity from reaching the inhabitants of Earth. But here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Each time Ra defeats Apep, it's because Ma'at is present. Hey! What we talking about here? Where's the mallet? Here the judge, little mallet. Hold up. Order in the court. Order in the court! One more time. Each time Ra defeats his enemy, Apep, it's because Ma'at is present. She is the force that strengthens Ra's will. Hey, is it not the female that strengthens the will of the male? That's why y'all always crying and whining and shit about trying to get up in us. Huh? Trying to take away from the fact that she needs to know she is the force that strengthens your ass. Stop playing. You want to have domination over her, and she don't need to be talking back, and you don't need to be dealing with all that bullshit from a woman. She got too much mouth. It's the black woman. Did black woman ain't about to take your stupid ass shit no damn more. All you got to do is stop acting like you better than somebody. The only thing you do is you might be physically stronger. But thank goodness for intellect. Look at Ra. We bust your ass in thinking every day. Just don't want to give flowers where they're due. But just like Ra, the sun, understands that Ma'at is the force that strengthens his will. Do you know how detrimental to life that is? She is the force that strengthens his will, his direction, and his clarity of purpose. We talking about the all-knowing intelligence here and there at the same time. When you saw the brothers and sisters in ancient Kemet, they were not the man in the front and the woman in the back. They were side by side. And by golly, until things get back that way, there would be no peace on this planet. Because if Ma'at is feminine energy, come on now. And that's the thing. It's not a competition. Some things just are what they are, and we have to accept it and still treat each other as equals. That is when your ego is no longer in control of your mouth and your thoughts. And then a lot of times we're treated in a way, and then we're expected not to rebel, not to question it, not to critically think it over. Why? It's merely because you are seen as the lesser force. And so, here we are. But it's a fact that instead of them saying to you that Ma'at is the force that strengthens the will of Ra, which is the life-giving force of this planet, instead of them telling the people that and teaching y'all in that way, they made up a sentence talking about behind every great man is a great woman. What? What bumbleclod created that one? It's fat, man. Pure chaos. Pure chaos I go on. Injustice. Pure lies. Attacked by disorder, oppression, falsehoods. Trying to stop your rise. Number 5, and the final one. Humans, oh boy. Humans are called to live in Ma'at. Why? To assist Ra. Oh wait, hold on. Am I implying that Ra needs your help? And what you are called to do as a human on the planet is to live in the divine cosmic code that you were given. This assists the force that's the life-sustaining giver to you. So, every day someone rejects Ra or rejects Ma'at, y'all darken the sun when you do that. Uh-oh. We just stumbled upon something there. In the pyramid text, in the so-called Book of the Dead, which is really called the Book of Coming Forth by Day. It is said that the pharaoh, the priests, and the people are responsible for upholding Ma'at so that Ra may succeed in his journey. When society falls into Isfet, which is chaos, greed, falsehood, injustice, Ra, which is the sun, is weakened. And there's a possibility it may not rise. But I bet you don't believe it, because he's never broken a promise yet. Well, I call myself a child of the sun. A children of the sun am I. And if I am anything like the Father Ra, patience is about to be short. And we might have to start speaking. And so I'm sure that Ra loves his power and is what you call confident in his skin. So I guess we can truthfully say, without us, there is no him. When society falls into Isfet, greed, falsehood, and injustice, I mean, he won't be weakened until these no, but he could be weakened until the earth cannot benefit from the heat. Ra is weakened and may not rise. Spiritually speaking, not physically speaking, but spiritually speaking, the land becomes dark. Interesting. You should ponder that, because I sure will. In essence, healers, leaders, and even content creators today are continuing this same work, broadcasting truth, Ra, through righteousness, Ma'at. More power to the healers, the content creators, and the leaders that continue the work in truth, Ra, through righteousness, Ma'at. You don't have to be embarrassed to uphold, say you love, even worship Ra, Ma'at, Serket, Sekhmet, and all the other great goddesses, Jehudi. Heck, I have learned through these teachings that we could graduate our ancestors into gods and goddesses. If they was worthy. Now, summary. Ra equals the active light and force of divine will. The active light and force of divine will. Ma'at equals the laws and patterns that keep that force aligned. Have you ever heard that if the moon even moved a little second out of its orbit, things would be gravely affected on Earth? And probably the rest of the system would be off, because it all works in divine order. Everyone has its job and a commitment to do it. And as far as I can know, and as far as anyone that we could dig in our ancestors say to know. These things have been happening for hundreds of thousands of years. Ra has been going on his solar journey, and Ma'at has been doing what she needs to do. And together they work in divine harmony. And I said, I often wonder, do they too ever have any discrepancies? Does Ma'at ever have any discrepancies of Ra? No. Because if you look at how it works, that can't happen. Ma'at is the law and the pattern that upholds the force. So they cannot fall. And so that brings us back to Earth, and we find out that it's a waste of time for the leaders down here to be causing all of this chaos and war and mistrust and just utter isfet. It makes no sense because it's going to fail in the end. And who needs that? Now, together, like I was saying, they are the perfect cosmic balance of energy and structure, movement and integrity. They are. What's that song? What's that song Alicia Keys made? It came to me. I almost sang it and then it left that easy. Indestructible. Something to that effect. I believe the song was called Indestructible. So that means mankind and humanity can only hurt itself. Isn't that the turning of the mirror? So, the suppression of truth as a form of modern day isfet. Well, thank goodness we have Ma'at, because at the end of the day, it matters not the oppression. It is just getting through it, but you have to understand, don't allow it. Don't allow it. Because you know that Isfet cannot triumph over Ma'at. There is no way. So why do we cower? Why do we fear? Why do we not call out those who oppress us? What's the word? You be in fear of being anti-Semitic? Ask Ma'at what she thinks about that. I think Ma'at holds up in the court of law, because you know when they put that Bible on your hand, they say you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. I'm a notary. I can do that oath thing in the court with the Bible. That would be one of my jobs there. We can do oaths, affirmations, pledges, and whatnot. We don't take souls, though. We ain't doing that one. So, we do not call out those who oppress. What are the groups? Leave a comment. You could say it, but you pay a heavy price. And maybe next time you won't be able to come on here and share the word for a while and whatnot. The Zionists will be after you to shut you down. And then they make a law and say, don't say that word, just like the copyright, which is how the Bible circulated the world, knowing that it was copied from another source. Some of the books, word for word, and changed around. Not the Songs of Solomon, though. Let's make that clear. They did not come from the ancient Hamites. Not that book of the Song of Solomon. Them with ears, listen up. The responsibility of truth tellers to walk in Ma'at so their messages shine like Ra. And how invoking Ma'at and our content aligns us with the algorithm of the universe. We say this word so much: algorithm, 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 algorithm. What is it? What is it? Let's find out. What is that? One of these days I'll have my microphone hooked up and we'll have a conversation with the lady in the ethers. Okay. What is the algorithm of the universe? The algorithm of the universe. Oh, beautifully description. The algorithm of the universe is a poetic and metaphysical way of describing the divine order that governs all creation. One more time. The algorithm of the universe is a poetic and metaphysical way of describing the divine order that governs all creation. In the language of Kemet and spiritual science, it is Ma'at. Done. The universal code of harmony, balance, truth, reciprocity, rhythm, and justice is supposed to be the divine algorithm, but it's being tweaked. Let's break it down. What is the algorithm of the universe? Just like a computer algorithm uses a set of instructions to process data and produce predictable outcomes. Right there. That is telling you that we're being shadow banned and completely shadow. Like completely. There's a chance that you could have 5,000 subscribers and go live and none of them know you are. That's what a shadow ban is. A created algorithm used, it's just a set of instructions to digitally ban and segregate. But the universe operates by sacred patterns, repetitive, intelligent, and unbreakable laws. You know what a challenge that is to mankind, to be told there's something that they cannot do? You know they don't like that. They don't like to be told there's some things that they could never accomplish. That makes them go back to the lab and try to accomplish it even more. That's an inorganic mind. But a divine algorithm is self-correcting. Yeah, it doesn't need to be told because it's going to learn by experience. Self-correcting. Karma or Ma'at restores balance. It's cyclical, the seasons, moon phases, or reincarnation. Responsive to intention. The algorithm of the universe is responsive to intention. What did they say? This is another. They, like, instead of giving you the raw data, right, that the divine algorithm is responsive to intention, instead of just saying that, they would say, words will never hurt you. Well, apparently, those words to the universe might be listened to. You just might get what you're asking for. You see? And it's energy based. Everything is vibration and frequency. The universal algorithm. Well, the inorganic ones are at war with the universal algorithm, fighting an unbreakable war, an unwinnable situation. And us as humans, we get to witness it. But at least we know how it'll end. Ra and Ma'at will be triumphant. That we know. And another thing we know in the universal algorithm and how things are divinely set up for one thing to take care of another, for Ma'at to be restored, and for karma to do its work. Because one thing affects everything else. Everything is relational. Everything affects everything else. Interdependent. Like, even though in the solar system, each planet has its own orbit and its own job to do, if one of it didn't do its job, it would affect the whole. And if you could, and it's simple, that was a great analogy, if I do say so myself. If people can just get that little simple thing, we'd be on the road to recovery as human beings on the planet. The 7 pillars of the universal algorithm. There are 7. They're Ma'actic keys. Some heavy stuff right here. I hope you're taking notes, and I hope you dig a little deeper. Just giving you the outline. You've got, let's talk about this. You've got the 48 laws of power and the 7, the 7 laws of power, and the this, the that, the this, the that, and the that, and the this. It all came from here. The universal algorithm, the Ma'actic keys, the 7 hermetic principles, they all came from here. Let's just get that straight. The source of the information, as far as anyone on earth knowing about the universal algorithm and the Ma'actic keys, came from Kemet. End of story. That can be proven so very easily. I'm not even gonna waste your time or mine. You go run, and you go confirm that. Now, the 7 pillars of the universal algorithm. Number 1, authenticity and alignment with divine principle. That's what truth is. Truth is authenticity and alignment with divine principle. There's a word for it. Ma. Ma is the word for truth. Balance is Hesi. Harmony between light and dark, masculine and feminine. Balance is harmony between light and dark, masculine and feminine. Don't you know that encompasses every living thing on this planet? Everything you can think of falls in the category between light and dark, masculine and feminine. It even takes care of those that think they're masculine and feminine, or they turned from a masculine to a feminine, or they turned from a feminine to a masculine. You still fall in that category. Now, number 3 is order, to subject. Order is subject. Structure in nature. Time, hold on, in spiritual law. Wait a minute. Hold up. Am I saying that Ma'at has something to do with time? If she's the goddess of order, which is the subject, that means structure in nature, time, and spiritual law. I hope you are listening. Number 4, justice is always on the 444 pattern. It's no coincidence that justice is number 4. Wreck. Restorative rebalancing of wrongs. Oh, number 4 is right after number 3. Justice is called restorative rebalancing of wrongs. Now let's talk about this. Let's talk about what's going to fall in this here category number 4. Let me just tell you what is going to fall in that category. Because see, there's a lot of people on the planet who have a lot of things to say about something called reparations. Oh, there go that word again. Order in the court. If justice, is a restorative rebalancing of wrongs, well, do we have to start naming out the wrongs? I think you know what they are. Go pick up your nearest history book or go on ChatGPT and you ask it this question. What are some of the rebalancing of the wrongs that's happened on the planet to certain peoples that need to be restored? Yeah. For it to be restored would be the just thing. But do you think humanity would want to see just? No, that's too much like right. And it's too much on the way to doing wrong. But I'll have you know, it falls in the justice category. And it doesn't say might be restored, could be, or there's a chance it's going to be restored. It said restorative rebalances of wrongs. Now, in the Tanya 23 experience of life, I must say, every critter that ever done me wrong, every critter that ever done me wrong, y'all, they got their justice, and I live to see it. Well, it just is what it is. Just like the ancient Kemites, they learned of the pattern of the sun and all everything that they needed to figure out. They gave us the information. So that means that they were used to looking at patterns, just like we are supposed to observe. And so when you hear all of this low level talk about who doesn't deserve reparations, or it shouldn't be, we should get it, shouldn't get it, this, that, and all this other stuff. Utter rhetoric, utter negative rhetoric, just speaking wind out of your lungs and mouth, the wasting of the breath. Because just as sure as justice means restorative rebalancing of wrongs, the wrongs are going to be restored. Now, it can happen of one of two ways. Because when you say the word reparations, everybody thinks of that crusty little piece of paper that the Westerners created to make them above everyone else. Really? Well, it doesn't exactly have to happen like that. To say, oh my God, shall we give up all the riches that we have accumulated? I'm sitting on a pile of golden coins now because I'm a leprechaun. And I rob from the poor and I give it from the rich. And I sit on my coins and all I do is sit and count. And take from you. Check this out. What's the saying that they used to say? You gonna pay one way or the other? You either gonna get up off that paper in that land that you owe, or the Mother Earth is going to recoup it all back. Every single inch of it. And you don't have forever to make a decision. The clock is about to tick. It ain't about to tick, it's ticking. And well, order in the court, strike that from the record. It didn't even come on the record, but it was on the download record. We're going to save that one. Everything that's understood doesn't need to be said, honey. Number 5. These are the ancient proverbs. And by the way, let me just say, those little statements that we make, what it say? A hard head make a soft ass. Those are your proverbs. You better stop walking on the edge for you fall and bust your ass. There go your proverbs. It take a fool to learn. We can sit here all night. But I'll tell you what, they're all in my eye. They're all true. It definitely takes a fool to learn. And if you keep walking on the edge, you probably gonna slip and bust that ass eventually. They say hard shoes give you calluses on your feet. Do you find that to be true? I do. I can sit here and create a book of proverbs real quick. But the maxims of Ptah Hotep? What did they say? He is I and I is he. Absolutely. You too can write a maxims. Here we go. And the fact is, because they wrote the maxims, you too can write the maxims. Number 4, compassion. Ankh-Ib is heart-centered intelligence. Heart-centered intelligence. 6, reciprocity. The Shen. You know what the Shen is? You know what the Ankh is? Imagine the Ankh without the bottom. The part you hold on the bottom. It was just a circle and the cross at the bottom. And you would hold that. That's the Shen. It's actually what you see the goddess Ishtar from allegedly Mesopotamia. And something about that. That just seems to be one of the Nitiru 10 families. And no, yeah, that whole story has got to be redone, re-talked about. It's been tampered with somewhere. It just don't sit right in the heart space. Yeah. But reciprocity is the Shen, which is to give and receive in divine proportion. Right? Let's talk about that. We're going to talk about you podcasters out there right quick. Y'all always gimme. Y'all have other fellow podcasters out there. Have you ever given them anything? I just want to know. It's a question. I'm not going to answer it for you. I just want to know. As a podcaster who has given, I haven't seen anything come from any of you podcasters. So, this comes to mind. You're not as conscious as you think in this community. And you also show the people that this is just a game to you. Some of the people that be in your chats and this and that, they just have accounts created so they can be in chats, and you can figure that out. The ones that have channels, you know, they gave you a donation, you click on their name, you can see they have a channel, how much subscribers and everything they have. You do something to support them. At least give a shout out or something for their channel. Go and subscribe. Some of the podcasters do it and some of them don't. One that I will say that will do it is the Sub-Zero podcast. He will shout you out, tell his subscribers to go over to subscribe to your page. That's what it's all about. So that is a good example. Number 7 in the last one. Here we go. We led right into it. Right after reciprocity is number 7. Righteous speech and deed, which is called Heka Makaru. Speaking and acting with divine truth. Let's talk about that for a second. Some of you speak with the persuasion of your own ego, but it has nothing to do with truth, and you know it. For example, let's see. Having a discussion where one person has to be right and the other has to be wrong. But you're such a fighter for your own ego. You like to go back and forth, knowing in the end that You ain't right with what you just said. But we will battle and bludgeon and fight each other to the end to see who's gonna weaken and let that ego triumph for that time. It's so fucking annoying at this point out here, people. We've got to stop word warring. It's very unbecoming. Some may say, oh, it's very becoming of you. You said a cuss word. Don't you know? Don't you know? There are so many words. That is just hecka are words. If it's the divine truth, how can it be a curse? I want you to ponder that for as long as you need to, so that you can come out of that stinking ass thinking you got. Now, if I were sitting in a room at a paid event and I had a bunch of stiff necks in the audience, I still may and may not. Well, you have a responsibility, you're paid. So this is a personal decision. And so, like everyone else, we have our own 7. I have to adhere to him just like everyone else. But it is not without compassion. The truth is told and to jolt you. Words are used to jolt things in your mind. This conversation, maybe I shouldn't say is advanced for children, but if you can study, so can they. But in society, we accept so much is fed. Forgive me for any language that you might consider foul that I may have used. But in essence, I do hope that it jolted you to think differently on a universal level. Because we respect all cultures, but we more so expect the truth about the cultures, at least the truth that we know, since in culture, knowing truth is knowing the culture. But when you live in Ma'at, you move in sync with the universal algorithm. Doors open, healings flow, and manifestations align. When you act out of Isfet, disorder, lies, and greed. I don't think it doesn't say curse in there, but I guess it could cause disorder somewhere. I don't know. Disorder, lies, and greed. Hey, it's a personal challenge. Because when I'm cussing, it's like I put a exclamation point on something. It's no big deal. It's just the exclamation point. But when you act out of Isfet, disorder, lies, or greed, you clash with it. Blockages occur. Chaos unfolds. And the divine order of self No, and yeah, the divine order self corrects to rebalance things. That's karma. That's a self correction. That's a divine cosmic law that's set. And you know what? Out of all the divine cosmic laws, I've been thinking about this karma one since I was a kid. It's always blown me away because I always recognized it and revered it as a cosmic law, as something that nothing and no one could change. And I always said, wow, whoever created that is something else. A spiritual law. Something that can't be touched, can't be located, but yet it exists. Because you see the patterns of how it works. I wonder how long it took man to figure out about the law of karma. Because you think about things like planet on a planet. How long did it take mankind to figure out what goes around comes around? Oh, he had to get his ass kicked so much. And he had to start picking up on the pattern. Hey, if I do this, eventually that might happen to me. Such and such and such. Like just how the whole thing goes. And how it is set literally is when you act out of Isfet, you clash with it. But this is deeper. It's literally your spirit. It can't help but clash with it. There was another saying that, here we go. You knew what you was doing. You ever do something when you was little and your mother, your father, your guardian, or who's ever in charge of you say, they caught you doing something, they told you not to do it and you did it again and you got in trouble and they said, hold up. You knew what you was doing. Don't try to act like now because you on punishment because I told you to go stand in the corner. You acting like somebody doing something to you. That's too funny. But the cycles and the patterns obviously were recognized because now we know, and of course it's written, it's somewhere written. But this is actually science. This is actually proof of metaphysics. When one acts, an act cannot be held, it cannot be touched, it cannot be seen. It is a action, a movement that is of a spiritual level. Lies is using the air element to persuade someone in an opposite way. So all these things are spiritual. They're not tangible. You can't touch them. But you can feel it. Someone's lie could hurt you, someone's greed, someone's disorder. And even though they did it, their spirit too clashed. They just happened to override it with their ego and whatever it is they wanted to do. And thus goes the saying, you knew what you was doing when you did it. My. Those elders, they really knew what they were talking about. They were scholars. The ancients didn't need computers to understand code. They lived it. They built their temples, agriculture, calendars, spiritual systems based on this divine programming. And look how advanced they were. Let's not speak of them in a past tense, because the Netiru exists. Everything's coded. Figure out your code and stick with it. It's how the temples were built. It's how the pyramids were built. Something that is built that cannot be destroyed. The temple of a living God. Where is it? I'm going somewhere. Wait, I'm catching a download. They're working with me. You are the temple of the living God, which is Ra, the sun. And you're gonna uphold the law because you don't have a choice. And if you don't like it, you can take that up with mommy and daddy, Papi and Titi. Papi is Ra, the sun, and Titi is Ma'at, your parents, your spiritual parents. We just stumbled upon something great right there. High frequency. Pink is the color. I remember when I first saw men wear pink, I was like, what is their meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? But then I soon found out those that were wearing pink professed to be on another level. On another level. And before closing, couple of things. Leave this with you. To live in Ma'at is to upload your soul into the algorithm of the cosmos. It is to let your thoughts be your guide, codes of harmony. Your words be light. Working on that. Be patient with me, great goddess Ma'at. You know this fire Shechem energy that I got is something. It's kind of like trying to contain a lightning bolt in a duffel bag or a Louis or Gucci bag. But my heart feels so much lighter since I got that off my chest. So I believe it was all for the good. And let your actions ripple through time like sacred commands. The algorithm of the universe doesn't just respond to what you say. It responds to what you are. And on that note, let's see what the oracle has to say moving out. One oracle for the departure. Let's see, where do we want to come from? Okay. I'm going to go to our goddess deck. We're going to use the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. See what is the closing message for this evening. Oh, let the suspense rise. Because on the 444, we shuffle 4, we cut 4. It's 4. Cut 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we have here? Card number 32, which is a 5 frequency. And we have, now these are actual African goddesses. So let me break it down. This one is called Mama Djembo, right? And she is about shining. It says shine, shine. The word is, my family, shine. You better shine. You better shine your light. Because after this, after this experience, that's it for this experience. In other words, you ought to make the best of this experience that you can, because you only get one. Oh, and here's a great one. This saying, this proverb, when I first heard it, blew my head away, blew my brain, because I'm a deep thinker. And this one took me there. Well, they used to say, well, they can't take it with them. You can't take it with you. What you can't take with you? Nothing. Ma'at. She's a bad mama jamma. That's cosmic. That's spiritual. We spend our time. We got all these trinkets and all these trinkets and stuff. And it's great because it's all for the ones that we leave it behind, but so much can happen in that. So much can happen in that journey as well. But one thing we know for sure. Interesting. It made me think about the great king Tutankhamun, King Tut, King Tutankhamun, King Tut. Take your time, baby. And so, in his crypt, casket, tomb, there was found some of his things he, believed that he would like to have in the afterlife with him. They would bury it with him in the tomb. I always thought that was cute. And, they told us you can't take it with you. But yeah, physically you can't. So it blew my wig until I learned a little more. That would be the end of the physical world. in the beginning of the total spiritual world. We glimpse, we experience the spiritual world here because we're spiritual beings having a human experience. But you cross over to that side, that's an indication that it's a finality, a cutoff, a boundary, a shield. It's all very interesting. But in closing, just something to make you go, and think. Stimulate the mind. Let's just take a second and do a stare at this thumbnail real quick. After all was said and done, check it out. Let's see, where am I? Let's look at this thumbnail. Let's check out, do the knowledge a little bit. Look at that. She is the representation of Ma'at, the keeper of the law. This is the physical representation of the god Ra. Right? He's the only one that's supposed to be standing in front of this symbol, which is doing the work. Right? Ra power. Your ultimate battery, your ultimate physical energy, your ultimate spiritual energy, your ultimate photonic energy, your ultimate everything. Spider-Man couldn't even shoot a web without the sun. Nothing. His suit, nothing. And I love the music. It's tick-tocking. Yes, tick-tocking. Humanity, you've got some work to do. Leaders, you've got some truth to be telling. Clock's ticking for you. You got some reparations to be getting out. To be returning, rather. Because you're not, let's just make this clear, you're not giving anybody anything, you're returning what was stolen. And we should charge you interest like you do us. Now, let us, in closing, say our prayer on the way out. Dua Seshat. Thank you so much, Great Goddess Seshat, for hosting this podcast as your pen so eloquently helped us to download the info. Dua Seshat, Dua Jehudi, Medu Natur Shed, Her Ah, Hetepu, Sir I am Ren Nebu, Ka Ren I am Pet, Ka Ren I am Ta, Weben Ren I am Algorithm, Unk Ren I am Hekau, Shed Ab En Isvet, Sa ren a serket ren a. Seshemu ren a. Nebra Jed Keperu Ma Her Keperu Hotep. Much love to everyone. Peace. And Black Power. I always wanted to say that.